episode 35, Trev's Hockey Show, here on Trev TV. I'm the Trev. You know that. If you're tuning in, if you're watching, that's too sweet. I lied. This isn't the Spartacus review. This is me pushing to work on 100. This is my 99th video. So naturally, I want to focus on the video after. And I know I said this would be a Spartacus review, but again, I lied. This is my favorite moments of the 2018-2019 NHL season. Since we are officially done it as of yesterday, I figured I better at least go over some of my favorite moments. Not necessarily, well, some of it might be highlights of the season, but a lot of it's some of my favorite moments. I just want to kind of go over that right now. Now, I know we've heard this one enough in the last couple days, well, at least in the last day. The rise of the Blues. Going from last in the league on January 3rd, 2019, to winning the Cup as of yesterday in Game 7. Now, a lot of teams that are usually dead last by the turn of the calendar year don't rebound all that well, but St. Louis did, at a point where they just replaced the coach, everybody was on trading block, they were about ready to pack it in, but they went on a tear. So that was always a nice thing to see. I mean, you take the threat of the playoffs as out of the equation now and look at it from the fact that it's over now, and yeah, that's a neat little story. It'd be a cheesy Hollywood movie. I'm sure everybody would pay to see it. The only thing you're missing is John Scott. But hell of a story to tell. That is saying a lot. This one's kind of three moments in one. And it all revolves essentially around Alex Ovechkin. Of course, I was going to mention Ovi. Still got a bad hard-on for him, but that's beside the point. February 5th, 2019. Against Vancouver, he scores point number 1,180, which passes Sergei Fedorov as the leading Russian point scorer of all time. Not to be outdone, on March 12th, he scores point number 1,200 against Pittsburgh. Pretty awesome. Not to be outdone, Evgeny Malkin, playing in the same game, scores point number 1,000. So 3-3 in one, and I mean, it's all milestones, and it's all involving Russians, so that's a great thing. I mean, like I said, the fact that it's got 2 OV, 1 Malkin, it shows the strong draft class of 2004, as at least between 1 and 2. I mean, sure, there's a huge cup gap between them, but they kept up with each other pretty well in points, 200-point difference. In keeping with the Russian theme, Semyon Varlamov on January 21st, 2018 against LA gets win number 200. Wasn't I just talking about the number 200? And becomes the 5th Russian goalie to do so. Now, poor Varley, he's essentially done in Colorado. Writing's on the wall on that one, so hopefully he goes somewhere where he'll be able to still get ice time, given how hard it is to be a goalie in the NHL. I mean, worst case scenario is he goes overseas, but if that happens, that happens. Either way, it's good to see he was able to hit a milestone at least. April 6, 2019 against Calgary, Leon Draisaitl scores goal number 50. Finished the season with most points in one season by a German player, beating Dany Heatley. Now, I know this is where a lot of you are saying, well, Dany Heatley played for Canada. He was born in Germany. But Draisaitl still managed to beat him with 105 points in one season. So, pretty impressive. It's good to see, the international flavor of hockey, especially as far as Germans are concerned. Making their mark on the NHL. It's always a great thing to see. February 23rd, 2019. The Stadium Series. And the most impressive thing about that is the Flyers came from behind to beat Pittsburgh in overtime. it was a fun game. Well, I mean, it wasn't fun. The helmets were a bit of a distraction, but overall, it was fun to see Pittsburgh mount a comeback, take out as many Penguins as they could, and still win the game. If you can't tell, I enjoy watching Pittsburgh lose. It's a fun thing. My next favorite moment's kind of like a haha, it didn't work moment. The bunch of jerks. Now, thanks to Don Cherry for doing what he always does and tries to stir up the pot. And it backfired on him this time. Again. You remember when he had the big deal about the hot stick? Well, apparently now winning and celebrating it in the NHL is a bad thing to do. And that's exactly what the Storm Surge did, was they cashed in on a bad thing. The bunch of jerks came out of Don Cherry's mouth, put onto a t-shirt, and sold like hotcakes. So thank you, Don Cherry. Your infinite wisdom gave us another one of hockey's greatest moments. Maybe you should pack it in. My favorite moment, and this shouldn't be a surprise to anybody, December 4th, 2018, by unanimous vote, Seattle was granted a franchise. Yeah, it's only a couple years in the making still, but according to rumor, we're supposed to have a name and a logo and maybe even team colors by this time. Hopefully we get them soon. I at least want to know which wagon I'm jumping on here. Yeah, I'm totally jumping wagon. Once Seattle comes in, I'm jumping on that wagon. But I've said I'd do that for years. I've only been pushing for hockey in Seattle for 20 years. So the fact that it's coming, it's pretty impressive. I'm quite happy with it. And yeah, we'll see what happens when Seattle hits the league. I mean, it would be nice to see Chiarino getting a nice little facelift. Hopefully they fix the traffic situation, because from what I hear and from what I remember, traffic is pretty bad. So hopefully they fix that. But again, it's good to see Seattle making waves and getting a hockey team. It's very last minute, but at the same time, not last minute. I was going to do this one after I did video 100, after I did the Spartacus review, and it's like, well, I can always do the Spartacus review after I do video 100. So that's what I'm going to do. Next video is 100 though. But I want to thank you for watching. Your viewership always means so much to me, always has, always will. Feel free to give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. If you didn't like it, give it a thumbs up anyway. It's all good. If you want, there's a little red button somewhere down there. Slam that thing. You'll stay up to date with all the content I put out. If you really want, you can find Trev TV on Facebook at Trevs TV. Or you can find Trev TV on Instagram at rockstartrev TV. I already gave you the spoilers as to what's next. So expect that either on the weekend or on Monday. Either way, I'm working on it. Like, it's pretty much got my undivided attention at this moment. And like I said, after that, I'll get back to the reviews for sure this time. I got a couple more hockey videos guaranteed, at least up until July 1st. And yeah, we'll see where we go from there. I mean, there's probably going to be more wrestling videos coming along too. I know Fighter Fest is coming up on the 29th. So there's going to be a nice stretch between the 16th and the 30th where I'll have quite a few videos. So be on the lookout for all those. And in the meantime, and in between time, be on the lookout for more videos from Trev.